The Hensons bleed Clemson orange, have for more than a century. It's a family legacy born in the South. But Chris Hinson's rare diagnosis led to a remarkable discovery and a new family of Clemson Tigers half a world away.
This was my grandfather's, Lamar Hinson, in 1923. And actually, you probably can't make it out, but it was Clemson A&M College.
Their passion for orange still burns deep in the heart of Georgia.
We got tough. That made us tough to live out here in all this bulldog country. And
you had to stand out.
There were two other families here locally that were Clemson fans. So when we won 1981, we had a 3-car parade.
Rooted in the small town of Thomaston, the Henson family roots owe everything to Clemson.
Well, I was a sophomore at Clemson, and I was playing football, and I hurt my leg, and had to go to Greenville for an operation and whatnot. Jean was my nurse.
One of the students who was on the floor I was working on said, "Well, Gene, we have a Clemson football player on our floor." And I said, "Well, I hope I don't get him for a patient."
Less than a decade later, Chris was born, devout in his faith and devout in his Tigers.
When he comes over now, he's got them trained that if they have on orange, he'll give them a $1 bill. So a lot of times my daughter will run back to her room and put on orange when Chris pulls up in the driveway just to get that $1.
The Clemson grad never thought he'd be living here again, back in the driveway, back in Thomaston.
I had just finished in December at the College of Charleston my master's in special ed. I just noticed a lot of problems with my legs, very sharp shooting, burning pain.
In 2002, an MRI revealed the diagnosis.
He said, "Chris, you have a real rare condition called schwannomatosis. And basically it's multiple tumors on the peripheral nerves."
Well, of course, it's devastating, and you're wanting to, just wishing you could take it for him and that he wouldn't have to suffer this.
You never know when the pain's going to be there. So there are days that, I can go and work out and feel great, and then there are other days that it's a struggle sometimes to get out of bed. But joy always comes in the morning.
Affecting roughly 1 in 40,000, schwannomatosis causes the continuous growth of benign tumors.
I've had over 45 MRIs, 14 surgeries, 23 tumors taken out. Due to my faith in Christ, each and every day is a new adventure.
Despite the illness, he reached for an adventure far away.
I knew that he would fall in love with the kids. He's always had a passion for younger people and teaching, and I knew that he would get involved and help.
Looking to raise money to build a school in Uganda for impoverished children, a local church outreach program brought a children's choir from overseas.
I sat and heard those kids with completely nothing sing and dance and be joyful in their circumstances.
we knew that the Lord would take care of him on going, but it was still a long way across that water.
And deep down, we knew that if that's where God wanted him,
That's where he had to be.
A year later, Henson and his sister Ellen made their first mission trip to Uganda to help construct the orphanage. It was there he befriended Innocent. They shared a passion for teaching, but the security guard couldn't afford the schooling. With Henson as a financial sponsor, Innocent graduated. And in 2013, alongside Ellen, they opened their own orphanage and school in Uganda, where Chris moved full-time.
Well, I think they only thought that my wardrobe had orange. You know, they know that I love sports. They know that I love Jesus. They know I love Clemson football, and I love them.
7,600 miles and 7 time zones from Tigertown. New fans and new traditions.
During the Clemson games, when Chris was over there, he would send us pictures, and he'd have all the Ugandan children and the whole village dressed in orange.
We had a rock, and the kids ran down a little hill. One time we were on an elephant hunt when we were playing Alabama.
Watson, touchdown!
My sister bought a camera and shined it on her TV. Now, mind you, it was 3 a.m. in Uganda. I was up on top of my roof in a mosquito net watching the game.
The net wasn't forever, but schwannomatosis is. The diagnosis has again brought Henson home, future uncertain, pain at times unbearable. In December, Clemson's 5th straight ACC championship and Henson's 14th surgery.
You don't know. You don't know. There's not a cure. And they can come at any time, and they can come in anywhere.
What is your biggest fear?
For my joy to be diminished. You know, to focus on myself and my problems rather than focus on others.
How are the students?
He's never lost that focus. Not in football, not in faith, not in family.
He has an ability just to touch anybody from any age.
He has such a love for people. He just gives and gives and gives and gives.
I just remember, you know, Dabo's quote. I hope I don't misquote Dabo, but it says, let the light that shines within you be brighter than the lights that shine on you.
Hinson hasn't been to Uganda in 18 months. Told me the time apart is more difficult than any physical pain. If everything goes according to plan, he's hoping to return later this summer.